Okay, this is GamerBlave and we're back with Shadowrun Dragonfall. And if you've been watching this series lately, you know that recently I was recording, or was trying to record a video of this series and accidentally did not actually do that. And I can't believe I did that again. So, fortunately, however, I wasn't doing part of the main quest. I was doing a side mission when this happened, and I'll go ahead and explain to you what that side mission was. This dude down here, Gunari Metbach, who is actually the weapons merchant here, hired me to go down and track down one of his stolen shipments. It was a fairly minor deal that he had me go on. It was for 500 Nuyen. I went to this place. I could only take one of the guys with me, so I took Blitz, thinking that I may need a decker on the mission, because you never know when you might need those skills. The hacking skills came into particular use on the previous mission. I was able to get some data that I was able to sell. So anyway, I took him and went, ended up finding the weapons, bringing them back, and getting them for him. So the reason that I took that mission, even though he only gave me $500, was that he was going to, that he said that he would be able to sell me some other weapons going forward. Now in that last mission, or in that last video, I also bought some new armor. You can see it there. My previous armor only gave me 1 defense. This armor gives me 6 defense and 10 HP, so you can see that that's better. And I also bought a new assault rifle, where you can see this one only does 10 damage, this one does 13. So, and this one has a capacity of 24 rounds, this has 32. But I figure, since I have 3 weapon slots, I might as well carry them both. So I'll use this one as my primary weapon. The H&K G12 here, I'll use it as my primary, and you know, if I really need to shoot someone or they're almost dead, then I'll use the AK to conserve the ammo of the H&K. You know, why not? I don't think it's gonna take any skin off the old back there. So that's kind of where we are now in that episode. And once again, I do apologize for losing that footage. I think the main reason that I've done that is I haven't really been recording a lot of PC games lately. I've been recording mostly PlayStation 4 stuff, and it's just a different methodology that I use to do it. So, you know, once again, sorry about that. The mission that I have here is, you can see I've got take the U-Bahn to Frankfurter Tor. And I don't know if it's going to give me a description of that, but anyway, I met this guy. He didn't really give me many details about it. He just said, hey, I'm representing this organization. We would like to work with you, but we want you to audition for us, and you've got to go here by yourself, and you're going to go and plant some bugs in this dude's apartment. Okay? And you're going to work with a team that we've picked for you, so you're not going to be working with any of your guys on this one, and we're not going to pay you very much money. And I said, all right, I'm interested, even though I kind of think he's jerking my chain or maybe setting me up, but I was interested enough, so I'm going to go check it out. Probably getting set up. We'll see what happens. As the U-Bahn hums towards Frankfurter Tor, you tug idly at the fabric of your maintenance uniform. You found it in a duffel bag on your seat when you boarded, along with a note from Duer to put it on before your arrival. The moment you step off the train, the note said, your trial run begins. You are to rendezvous with the rest of the team, reconnoiter the building, and plant the specified devices on Alishire's suite. Beyond that, your approach will be left to you. Do not disappoint us. You are being watched. So, you know, I don't know I don't know if stealth is really my forte here. In fact, I know it's not my forte. As you emerge from the dingy confines of the U-Bahn terminal and step into the light of day, you find yourself confronted by a wall of muscle in a knight-errant uniform. You're with maintenance? It isn't a question. He stands impassively, waiting for a response. I wouldn't be wearing this uniform if I wasn't. Yes, sir. Have you seen any other maintenance guys around here? Yeah, I should definitely say that. Yeah, they've been trickling in over the last 15 minutes or so. I've already done a security check on your entire crew. Everything checked out, so you're good to head on into the building whenever you want. Efficient operation you're running here. It's almost as if you were expecting me. Thanks again for your time. Have a good one. That is one large dude. I don't want to mess with him. This is one small dude right here. A young dwarf looks at you wide-eyed with apprehension. From the way that she's fidgeting, you can tell that she's terrified. She bites her lower lip, eyes darting from side to side. Finally, she takes a step toward you. Hello? Are you Blave? Yeah, that's me. Am I late? I take it you're my maintenance crew. Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah, I am. My name is Jana. She tries to smile. It falls away almost immediately. Good to meet you, Jana. Oh, are the others still on their way? No, they, sort of jumped the gun a little. They're already inside. That's just fantastic. The dwarf wrings her hands. I'm sorry, I told them to wait, but they just didn't listen. They just muscled on past me and waltzed through the front door. Wonderful, we've got a job to do, and half the team goes running off before I even get here. Are you a rigger or something? Well, no. I'm not like you, not like the others. You should probably know that. What are you like? A normal person with a boyfriend and a cat and a shitty apartment. I'm not a career criminal is what I'm saying. I'm just an electrician. It's alright. Don't worry. The fear drains from her face. She looks exhausted. Thank you. I really, really mean that. I'll try to take care of myself as best I can. I don't want to be a burden. I brought my taser and I have a little holdout pistol for self-defense. But I've never fired at a living thing before, let alone a person. I'm really hoping that I won't have to. I understand. Now that you said our teammates are already inside. Are you sure about that? Yeah, I watched them storm through the front doors of the building that we were going to hit about 10 minutes ago. Gee whiz, a lot can happen in 10 minutes. Son of a... Yeah, let's... They'll still be on the first floor. Nobody's getting upstairs until I bypass security locks on the elevator. That's why I decided to wait for you out here. I figured that they couldn't get too far ahead of us if I didn't get inside with them. Okay, yeah, let's get in there before the others blow it. Hopefully... This is not going to go completely. A mid-level corporate compound complete with living spaces on the upper levels. These people look freaking well equipped. If this goes sideways, this is not going to be pretty. This is not going to be pretty at all. As you step through the door, you find yourself confronted by a pair of men wearing the same kind of uniform you are. Judging by their expression, there is no love lost between the two. Hearing the door swing open, they turn to face you. The shorter of the two, a human with arcane symbols tastefully embossed on his belt, glares at you. You're here, finally, and you've brought our little mouse of an electrician with you. Better late than never. but not much better. You're tardy enough as it is." He jerks his thumb at the elf standing beside him. "I'll leave it to you to keep our pack mule in line." The elf's lips curl into a snarl. Hanging from his back is a bulging pack that looks incredibly heavy. His broad shoulders sag under the weight of whatever's inside. He's dumb as a post, but he can lift heavy things. Might not be bad in a fight either. At the very least, he can soak up a few bullets for the rest of us. Staring daggers at the mage, he spits out a long string of foreign words in a single, susurrant breath. The sound of it is lovely, but his expression leaves little doubt that the message behind the words is an ugly one. "Oh, and I hope that you can speak Spirithial?" He shakes his head in disgust. Damned useless immigrants. "Do us all a favor and keep your opinions to yourself. Look, let's get on with it. Did I hear you right? Did you really say that I was tardy? I mean, what are you going to do? Send me to detention?" Let's just cut to the chase here, buddy. I mean, you're just screwing around, and you've already been screwing around for this whole freaking time. I mean, we're on a job here. Come on. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. This guy is the most unprofessional, ridiculous person ever. I mean, I'm not even a criminal, and I know this guy is just full of it. Straight to the point. Good. I have an important meeting in a few hours. So let's get to the penthouse and plant the cameras. I'll mask them against detection, and then we can all go our separate ways. The elf mutters something under his breath and hitches a bulky pack up to the little higher on his back. His muscles bulge under the strain of it. "Are you sure that our friend here only speaks Spirithial? Looks like you drew the short straw on the team assignments, friend." Yeah, my dude's fairly strong too. I guess I can... The elf blinks uncomprehendingly and takes a half step back. "I told you, he can't understand a word you're saying. Nothing's come out of his mouth but a pigeon drivel the elves call a language. A Tarngire dialect, if I'm not mistaken. I wish that he'd do us all a favor and go back." "Can you understand me at all?" The musical tones of the elvish tongue pour out of his mouth again, but you can't make out a word. His dialect is quite foreign. It's unlike the form of Spirithial spoken by the elves of Tyr Nanog. The elf falls silent. He looks just as frustrated as Mage is. "So Luca sent me here with a civilian, an asshole, and a guy who doesn't speak German. Wonderful. Yeah, let's just concentrate on the job. I mean, there's no point in getting upset about it." The elf scowl deepens. "Now we're all in this together. Let's discuss our approach. Anyone know what we're supposed to do to get into Alshire's? I get the distinct impression that none of you actually want to be here, but we've got a job to do, so you're all going to have to suck it up and deal." The mage leers at you. "Wonderful pep talk. Really, really magnificent. I can see why you were placed in charge of this run. Now, can we please get moving? I don't have all day." We know. You have a meeting. I can get us into Alishire's apartment, but there are a few things that we'll need to do first. If you can get me to a building access panel that's on the same circuit as the penthouse, I should be able to put its security system into maintenance mode. The job will take some creative rewiring. Well, that and whatever's in that pack that the elf is carrying. Our employers gave me the schematics. And do you know where we'll find that access panel, Mouse? Quit calling me that. She takes a moment to calm herself. And yes, I do. There's an access panel in one of the mid-range apartments on the same floor. My contact gave me a key code that should get us in. You said should twice already. That makes me feel uneasy. Well, there's nothing that I could do about that. It's the plan that I was given, and we're stuck with it. Unless you have a better idea, we'll just have to follow our instructions and hope for the best. She turns to face you. Get me to a building access terminal on this floor, and I can rewire the elevator. That's the first thing that we need to do. Once we're upstairs, we use the code I was given, I rewire Alishire's security system, and we hide the cameras in his apartment. Her brow furrows. Well, that's the theory anyway. Alright, let's go. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be terrible. By the way, I mean, this is going to be freaking awful. Stressed suit. I don't think we need to be talking to anyone, that's for darn sure. Is that an access terminal? Whoops. Inspect. Do. Yeah, something tells me this is not going to go well. You can't read the guard's expression through his mirrored face mask, but his body language makes it clear that he's staring at you. The door is security coded, Delta grade. Your ID says that you're just a Theta, so no, I can't open the door. You're not listening. We have work to do in there. I heard him loud and clear, mop jockey. Now you listen to me. Nobody without Delta clearance gets through this door, period. I'd suggest that you talk to management. If you really do need to be in there, they'll upgrade your clearance. Otherwise, piss off. Attack him. Yeah, that's gonna work perfectly in this scenario. Just beautifully. A stealth mission where we need to plant cameras in some dude's office, presumably without him knowing about it, is going to work just fantastically if we maybe we can talk to the stressed suit guy down here and get it taken care of. The well-dressed orc stops pacing and stares at you as you approach. Heavy worry lines on his forehead and his eyes are bloodshot. He looks like he hasn't slept in a month. I don't want to be rude, but I'm a little busy right now. If this is about building maintenance, take it someplace else. Watch it. You don't get to talk down to me like a janitor? Yes, I do, because that's what you are. If you want to keep wearing that uniform, you better watch the attitude. Now, isn't there a floor that you could be cleaning or something? I've got a lot on my mind to worry about, important things. I don't want to be bothered. Okay, I guess we'll leave him alone. So that was a dead end. I was hoping that he had something that he needed help with, and that we would be able to... Oh. Something tells me... the guard steps forward, interposing himself between you and the terminal. Your security clearance doesn't authorize you to be in here. We're doing a building-wide maintenance sweep of all major systems. Want us to take a look at your terminal? You know that I can't do that. You don't have the appropriate clearance to touch this terminal, let alone service it. Besides, it's been running great since that other maintenance team worked on it last week. I'm surprised that you don't have that in your records. You know how it is with us and management. The left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. It's ridiculous. Story of my life. You have my sympathies. Okay, well... little crash to desktop there. Or not crash to desktop, little... 2 desktop action there. Taylor. I don't think Taylor's going to get us anywhere. Janice studies the junction box for a moment, then turns to face you. See that guard in the hallway? Well, He was standing next to a junction box like this one. Looks like they're both on the same circuit too. So I could use this one to overload that one the guard is standing by. She looks at the junction box again and nods. Yeah, I could feed a nice power spike into that one from here, you know, if you wanted to. Make a loud bang and arc enough voltage into that hallway to knock out a gang of trolls. Make a loud bang. So, I mean, it's gonna... Okay, hang on a second. Well, if it makes a loud bang, then, you know, we're gonna alert everything. We might come back to that in a minute. Are you shopping for a suit? A fashionable business suit made of ballistic cloth catches your eye. It would be a simple matter to slide it under your baggy maintenance overalls. A good choice, style and safety. You have a good eye. She takes your arm. Here, let me show you to a dressing room. A tailored suit grants 2 charisma. It does grant 2 charisma. That's pretty impressive. But I do kind of like my current armor more. I do like the 2 charisma though. I really do like that. I've been talking about needing new charisma. I was kind of talking about that in the last episode, how I've been kind of lamenting well, I don't really see, frankly, a lot of other options, because there's this room, which I didn't have anyone to talk to, so I guess I do have to... she said it would knock out a gang of trolls, so I guess we're not really killing them. So I guess maybe this is our only option, so let's go ahead and do it. And do it. Let's go. Do 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 do. Quickly. With haste. Wordlessly, Jana pops an access panel at the base of the terminal and begins snipping wires. A few minutes later, she replaces the panel's cover and stands. All right, that should do it. I've bypassed the security lock on the elevator. We're good to head upstairs. Let's get moving then. Wow. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Getting the job done. That's what we need to do. All right. I'm going to need you to get me to this floor's access panel. That'll be in room 303 on this floor. The door combination is 14291. She glances up at you. Make sure to write that down. Well, shoot. I'm missing my pen. 14291. 14291. Hopefully I've got it. Uh, 14291 and then a bunch of ones. I can put the pen horse, that'll set its key combination to a bunch of ones. Okay. We've been making halfway decent time. Not good, but not terrible. But I can't afford any more delays. I hope that no one else gets in our way for their own sake. Let's get it done. Sooner I get rid of... Sure, buddy. That's the first thing you said that I think we all agree with. If we didn't need you to finish the run, I bet that Blave would have beaten the tar out of you already. Sadly for all of us, you do need me, believe me. I wouldn't be here if you didn't. And, by the way, we're going to have words when this run is over, Mouse. A stream of caustic syllables pours out of the elf's mouth. His back is stooped under the weight of his pack, but his hands have clenched into fists. He rolls his eyes and points a bony finger at the elf. Look, it's trying to speak. I want to get this over with, Blave. I want to get away from these people and go home. For crying out loud, that guy is ridiculous. Now, let's just check here. Okay, good. 14291. It did write it down. That's fortuitous. Was it 300 that I had to get to? 303. So that's 302 right there, right? 301. 303. 14291. Use the keypad. 14291. Code accepted. Welcome, homeowner. Hopefully there's not something in here. Whoa, looks like there's a bunch of stuff that's been thrown about. A painting. Yoink! A large maintenance access panel. She steps forward, a slight frown on his face. Okay, I guess that this is me. She pulls a multi-tool from her belt and uses it to loosen the bolts that hold the panel in place. Pulling up a schematic on her PDA, she examines the terminal's wiring. Hurry it up, woman, the clock is ticking. Don't rush me, this is complicated. Popping the lid on her toolbox, she grabs a pair of wire clippers, a soldering gun, and a roll of electrical tape. With a look of grim determination on her face, she begins to snip into a massive harness of cables that runs through the unit. All right, she taps the elf on the knee. I'm gonna need that thing now. He nods and reaches back to unsling his pack. Placing it on the floor, he opens it and pulls out a large blue canister. It takes all of his strength to wrestle it up from the ground and into the space in the access panel that Jana has cleared. There you go, you dumb ox. Do something useful for a change. The elf says nothing. Unburdened by the heavy pack, he stands up straight, and for the first time you appreciate how much larger he is than the corporate mage. He stares down at James, and his hands bunch into fists. James, for the last time, keep your damned mouth shut. I'll say whatever all of you shut up, you're distracting me. The mage falls silent and Jana goes back to work. It only takes a few minutes for her to screw, wire, and solder the canister into the harness. She inspects her work, nods, then turns to face you. She stands and brushes her hair out of her eyes. All right, job's done. Just need to do a bit of cleanup and we can get out of here. Nice job. Yeah, thanks. It wasn't all that difficult, just a matter of following our employer's instructions. Hey, that's great, but time's a-tickin', so let's keep moving. He glances at the jumble of wire and circuitry through the open access panel. To hell with the cleanup. We'll be gone before anyone notices anything anyway. Just a second. What was that canister you put in the terminal? You're sure that whatever you did disarmed the security system? She shrugs. Not really. I have no idea what that canister was or what it's supposed to do. Our employers told me that I had to wire it into the wall at this junction, so I did. That's all I know. Our employers don't tell us much. The maze sneers. You haven't been doing this long, have you? The lodge doesn't tell you things that you don't need to know, and you don't ask. Your job is to do what they tell you, take the money, and keep your mouth shut about it afterwards. It's all very simple. The lodge? The mage's eyes widen, incredulously. You don't even know who you're working for, do you? You're leading this team and you don't have a clue. Jana cuts in, her eyes wide. Both of you shut up. Somebody's coming. Great. A tall, spray-tanned man in an expensive suit rounds the corner at a jog and comes bustling into the room. He stops short when he sees her team. His eyes flick from you to the panel that Jana pried from the wall, and the smile falls from his face. What the hell? This is my apartment. I own it. What are you doing in here? We're maintenance. Look at the uniforms. I see that, but you can't be in here without my consent, and you sure as hell can't go tearing up my walls without giving me advance notice. James shoots you an irritated glance. This is a waste of time, and I'm already running late. If you don't take care of this idiot, I will. The elf barks something out at James. The sound is uncharacteristically ugly, all harsh consonants and sibilant hisses. Let's keep calm, everyone. This is a simple misunderstanding. Keep your mouth shut, James. I'll talk this out with our friend here. And James is really an irritating individual. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, obviously, if we start blasting in here, we're going to have security down our throats like crazy, and it's just going to be a mess. Misunderstanding my ass. Your friend just called me an idiot in my own home. He wheels on James, his hand balled into fists. I want to know your employee number, and I want to know it now. Mage raises an eyebrow, smiling. Do you now? I'm a member of the Homeowners Association for this level. You know what that means? I have a lot of pull with building management. He thrusts an outstretched finger at James. Your days wearing that uniform are numbered. I promise you that. Calm down. There must be a problem at dispatch. You should have received a work order last week. The hell with this, James. Fry him. You're right, James. We're wasting time. Okay. I didn't receive a thing from dispatch or from anyone else for that matter. My wife and I are entertaining guests here in an hour and a half, and our living room is ruined. I need to know what you're going to do, that you're going to fix this, and that you'll clean the place back up, and that you'll put a new coat of wax on the floors. I need the hell with it. I don't have time for this. His hand twists into claws, and he raises them high. An instant later, they're wreathed in an unnatural purple glow. Well, if I do say that we do not need to kill this man, then the guy is obviously going to freak out anyway. Well, it's not like you can calm him down from that. Whatever, I'm just going to say nothing. The glow intensifies into a scintillating torrent of light. The energy lances and stabs out of James' hooked fingers as if it were alive. The man in the doorway recoils in alarm, and his palm slaps down on a plastic disc that has been clipped into his belt. Too late. You recognize the object, a panic button. The air fills with a cacophonous wail of screaming alarms. James jerks back, his concentration broken. From down the hall, you can distantly hear the sound of heavy footsteps approaching at a run. Oh, crap. Meanwhile, the homeowner backpedals, trying to put a wall between himself and James. He's moving slowly, much too slowly. Gee whiz. Well, I mean, there's not really any point in killing. Oh, shoot. I don't know if there's any possible way of us getting out of this situation, getting where we need to go. I don't know what the purpose of killing him would be other than he could recognize us at this point. But I certainly don't want to get captured. So, I guess let's freaking try to, The mage's response comes out of a snarl. Bastard tried to bring security down on us. He isn't leaving this room. An incomprehensible screech cuts off the mage's sentence. In your peripheral vision, you catch a flurry of motion. Your Elvis companion is moving, making a beeline towards James. Janet is hanging off of him, trying to slow him down, but he barely seems to notice. Stop, damn it. We need him alive to complete the run. With a kick, he sends her tumbling to the ground, then turns back towards James. Step between the elf and James. I hate the bastard too, but Janet's right. We need him. She's right. Stop this or I'll put you down. Scrub the mission and attack James. Goodness gracious. This is a freaking mess and a half. Jeez. I mean, I didn't know what to friggin' do there. The elf comes up short, staring at you. He sweeps vision from you to Janet and James. Then he exhales heavily and spits out a jumble of broken German. Killers, innocence of, will not stand for. I not slave. All lodge men, bastards. I kill all. Oh, shoot. I don't want to... That's fan-friggin-tastic. That is fan-freaking-tastic. That didn't do very much damage to him at all. Not to mention the fact that we have... Not to mention the fact that we've got, a bunch of security coming down our throats here. So, I mean, this is just a mess. This is a freaking mess. I am not particularly thrilled about this situation. Not one bit. A magic explosion that pierces armor. And we've got punch. What is this? A most basic spell that every mage knows and has ready. Works. I really figured the -3 action points that we got with the stun gun there was really gonna stop him there. Lord only knows how many of these guys we've got to deal with here. Probably a bunch. Okay, he's got a Bumona trauma kit. That's pretty much it. Blave. What do we got going on here? We've got slash, thrust. Ignores the weapon's AP damage. I guess we need to get some freaking cover here against these other guys. I can't believe I protected this James guy. That elf was... The elf was a decent... seemed like a decent guy. I definitely did not want to attack him. That is not what I wanted at all. And I certainly wasn't trying to kill the homeowner here. I mean, I think that much is clear. It said he got blocked, minus 3 AP. Let's go ahead and get him back here. What do we got here? A stream of acid that also does ongoing. Nice. Holy crap. If I fire this at him, this guy will get out of cover. I probably will miss him, but he will get out of cover, and that can be beneficial. Also, am I using my... I think Blave is using his, Nice. I think Blave's using his... Not his new, weapon. I'm gonna move her in a little closer. And let's go ahead and heal. 3. And I figured that she would have been not... I am still using the dang AK with him. She's got line of sight blocked. There we go. That stun gun is pretty nice. Let's just try to nail him with as much damage as we can. There we go. And I guess we'll just go ahead and wait. Whoops. I'm sure there are tons of guys out there. Let's go ahead and reload all of our guns here. I have no doubt that there are guys out here. I mean, this is just going to be a huge mess. And let's go ahead and reload this gun too. And let's toss... Oh, we can't toss her a healing yet. There we go. Let's go ahead and take a peek out here. And I'm gonna go ahead and This is just a terrible situation. Oh, here they come. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give Blave a aim bonus, and then I'm going to get him out of here. I don't particularly like the fact that both of them are... that both of my guys are right on top of each other here. Let's see if we can take this guy out too. We did some serious damage. Oh, shoot. That was horrible. Okay. Oh, he's only got a Bumona trauma kit, so we would have to use an actual... We will have to use an actual med kit on him if we want to heal him up properly. Go for the kill. Oh no. I don't know why I left her out there. I guess I'm assuming that I'm going to be able to take this guy down. And I'm hoping that someone doesn't run out here and take another pot shot at, Blave is really getting the job done with this assault rifle here. Let's go ahead and reload this gun too. Well, she's probably not going to be using that thing very much. And I really don't want to use one of my, one of Blave's med kits on him. Golly, this is really a crappy situation. I wonder if there's any way. I mean, I kind of doubt that we're going to be able to successfully complete the mission now. I mean, part of me thinks that the security forces are going to know, you know, are going to be apprised of, you know, who we are. And it's just going to be a bad situation. So, oh yeah, we've got a bunch of guys down here. Are they gonna come to us? Holy crap. I'm gonna see if I can spray at this guy and he'll break cover. And actually, I'll just freaking kill him. That works. Let's go ahead and give Blave an aim bonus. And then get him off to the side, because he's getting himself frickin' whooped. Can she see anyone? Not from there. Armor damaged. Oh, swing and a miss. This guy's coming in. Nice. Alright, Jana, see if you can get him with the shock. Oh, shoot. I don't like it when I make her run out there. I really, really don't. See if we can nail him with this. Nope. This is not good. Okay, Jana. Okay, this guy is in the open right now, and I really want to take my opportunity to go after him. Okay. James, what do we got going on here? A magical explosion that pierces up to 2 armor. Let's go ahead and nail him with that. I'm gonna go ahead and move her here. Oh, actually, I should have just taken my pot shots with that. Blave, I'm gonna go ahead and give my 2 shots with the AK here. That works out. Jeez, that was a mess. That was a nightmare. The mage wipe spatters of blood from his cheek with the back of his hand. He attacked me, our elf. The fucker tried to kill me. You've been insulting him ever since we arrived here. What did you think was gonna happen? You don't have to remind me. I helped you fight him off, remember? His face flushes red. If you'd been a better group leader, you wouldn't have let that happen. You'd have, for the love of God, shut up. Just stop talking. We're both sick to death of you. You need me to finish the run, yes. So let's go do that now. To finish the mission, yes, that's true. But if you don't shut that smug mouth of yours right now, you're gonna arrive at your meeting without a tongue. Without another word, the mage turns and stalks off in the direction of the penthouse. This trendily designed panel reads Penthouse. A slick, high-grade keypad has been mounted into the door frame. Scan key or enter override code. 11111. Maintenance override accepted. Okay, so let's go place some cameras. You place the first camera, it adheres to the ceiling with an audible click. James steps forward, his fingers bent. He whispers a long string of hushed syllables that seem to vibrate in your mind. For a moment, nothing seems to happen. Then you blink, and the camera is gone. Done. Get moving on to the next one. This dude's gonna be suspicious, though, I can tell you. The second camera clicks onto the heating vent. The lens irises adjust to the light. James repeats his previous performance and the camera fades from view. There was something to pick up. Medical supplies, nice. Send it to the stash. I do like those advanced med kits. You place the last camera, James steps forward, then turns to stare you in the eye. When we get through this run, I'm going to tell my handler all about you. You won't work for the lodge again, not because you're an incompetent leader, but because I have pull, and I don't like you very much. What do you have to say about that? I have to say that the odds of you surviving this job are looking worse and worse. Now mask the damned camera. This entire run is a test. I think that you're here to tempt me into losing my cool. That isn't gonna happen. You can do whatever you want when we're done with this job. For now, shut your mouth and finish the job. That infuriating smirk returns to his face. I will. He whispers to the third camera, and soon enough, it fades from view. That's it. We're done. Let's go. Well, that was kind of a ridiculous situation. I really wish we didn't have to kill the elf. I know that situation probably could have been avoided with some different dialogue options. But you know, I just botched that. I think that's I think I've ended up doing that several times in this playthrough so far. Oh crap. Boom. And give him some of that too. Is there any cover to be had at all of any kind anywhere? Or are we just gonna be facing these guys like just straight up? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and smack him with my sword because I think he takes AP damage from that. And let's see if I can get Janna up here to nail him with this stun gun, and that'll give him another AP damage, some more AP damage to think about, and we could potentially neutralize him for next turn. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What the freaking crap? That is not a good situation right there. Okay. Hold the phone. What the freaking crap? Let's just... Everybody calm down. So we've got this, which is going to give me 1 AP. So if I use it, it cancels out the AP. So, I mean, I'm probably going to want to use that. We've got James here, which is... So he can use his explosive thing and do some damage to these guys. Jeez, though, I mean, people are gonna die. That's all there is to it. I'm gonna grenade them. I'm gonna do James' thing on them. Janna is gonna use her medkit, and I mean, that's all I can do. I mean. Let's go ahead and try to nail these guys. They're so tough. They're so tough. He missed and nearly killed himself. I don't see how I'm gonna survive this. Wow, they missed. So James healed himself with the Bumona trauma kit, which was definitely necessary. I'm gonna go ahead and... This guy's still asleep. James, what do you have the... Can potentially take this guy out. He can't... shoot, he can't do that. Hold on a second. I'm gonna have to use this grenade. I mean, I'm gonna have to use this grenade and just, you know, weather the storm. Man, I really didn't want to hit James with that. James, go ahead and try to take this guy out. Oh, when you kill the summoner, you end up killing the entity that was summoned. That is good to know. That is very good to know. Okay, now let's try to attack this guy. We turned that battle around like crazy. That Bumona trauma kit came in handy. That's the first time that I've had to have someone use it. But that was insane. That was absolutely insane. Yeah, this guy's back and he's gonna be pissed. Fortunately, he didn't just, you know, give me a spray there. Speaking of which, freaking eat it, buddy. Jeez. Jana. Can you use a... Can you use a, I guess use it on James, because he's freaking jacked up. In case we have another fight when we get outside, which we almost definitely will. And I really don't want to use up one of the ones that's in my inventory. I know that's tactically not sound. It's not really going to help me out a whole lot in this battle. But I really want to preserve. I know it's just kind of selfish. I really want to preserve those medical kits for myself and my party. So there are none of them up there, so we just have to deal with these guys down here. Can he... Okay, his line of sight's blocked there. Let's go ahead and... just set up. Taking pot shots. Nice. And shoot, I mean, there's not really any place for him to take cover. Let's just get out of the way here. Whoa, that guy looks like he's got some firepower. Whoa, holy crap. These guys are freaking serious. James, give me the old aim buff. See if we can annihilate this guy. And what do we got? I guess we're still... Nice shot. I'm surprised of all of the NPCs, or not NPCs, but of all the people that have had in my party, the only person who's had Overwatch is Jana. That's crazy. Blave. Go ahead and light that guy up. That thing does so much damage. Jana's destroying that guy. That is so freaking awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and give Jana a accuracy buff as well. Can you heal her too? Might as well keep these guys healed. Oh, here they come. That guy's screwed, by the way. That guy is freaking toast. I'm gonna go ahead and just Overwatch. Actually, hang on a second. Overwatch with the aimed shot. That'll give him a better chance to hit. And I think, let's just go ahead and switch to the AK here. Achievement unlocked, don't conserve ammo. Now apparently there are still some, around, so let's go ahead and reload our firearms. But that battle went pretty well. We had pretty decent cover. And, you know, it just worked out well with James here buffing and Jana and Blave just taking care of business. That accuracy buff really does come in handy. It really does. Now I have no idea how many guys are going to be, you know, at the entrance to the U-Bahn, but there was that one huge guy that we met right when we came into the level. So there is that to be aware of. And that could suck. Because that dude was probably pretty hardcore. Probably pretty daggum freaking hardcore. Oh, there he is. I'm gonna move right there. And I mean, Jana would have a chance of, you know, getting around here and stunning him, but I mean, he looks like he's got a massive freaking gun. I'm just gonna run in here and see what we can do. Oh, he is moving out. There we go. Let's see, James. Give me an aim buff. And nail him with that. Try to break his armor. Jeez, that lit him up. And now he's not, now he's flanked because he lost his cover bonus. There we go. And Jaina had to put him down, the old coup de grace there. He was a big old son of a gun, but we took him down. Textbook. Textbook. Well, that was not a textbook mission there. That was a freaking mess. Mission accomplished. Fucking finally. Call your handler and tell him that the job is done, and be quick about it. I need to be on the next train out of here. For once, he and I are in agreement. I can put this place behind me and quickly enough. All I want to do is go home, hug my cat, and forget tonight ever happened. Enter the comm code that Luca Dewar gave you. You punch in Luca Dewar's comm code into your PDA. A few seconds later, you hear the telltale click of a successful connection. Dewar's voice pours out over your PDA's speakers. Blave, the job is done, I trust? Yes, everything has been completed to your specifications. Very good. Now, if you please, give me the status update on the members of your team. The elf from Tyr Tarngeir turned on us. We had to put him down, but Jaina and James are both alive and well. He clucks his tongue softly. Interesting. That the elf is dead was expected. He was a dangerous and unreasonable person. Disgruntled, you might say, after years of service in our employ. His betrayal of you was inevitable. Thankfully, with his death, we have gained valuable insight into your character. James' continued survival, on the other hand, was not expected. You are a very patient man, Blave. Dewar smiles. This has been most informative. James' posture stiffens, but he says nothing. You can see a dawning awareness behind his eyes, though slowly the color begins to drain from his face. Now, let us see how adequately you completed the task that I set before you. Enter the following code into your PDA, if you please. 5256719. Punch the code into your PDA. You type the code as instructed, and your PDA screen cuts to static. A moment later, the familiar image materializes on the screen. The penthouse room that you bugged. It appears to be a live feed from the cameras that you planted. You're sure that this room is secure? You've done a full sweep? Absolutely, sir. We've run multiple sweeps with a complete sensor package, and we brought in a mage to search for signs of astral tampering. It all checks out clean. You're completely safe in here. He let out a heavy sigh. Thank God. Call downstairs and let my wife and kid know that it's safe to come up. Will do, sir. Is there anything else that I can do for you tonight? No, thank you. That will be all. You have a good... Suddenly, the air in the room seems to ignite. There's a blinding flash, and your PDA screen cuts to static. And that takes care of that. Please return to the Kreutz Bazaar. The remainder of your post-run interview will conclude upon your arrival. Hang on, what the hell was that? He raises an eyebrow. What did it feel like? An explosion, of course. You said we were just planting bugs, damn it. Bugs, not bombs. This run was a surveillance operation. Or not a, wasn't a surveillance operation, it was an assassination. So that's the thing that she planted in the wall, a bomb. So I guess probably she blew up that whole floor since it wasn't actually planted in the penthouse itself. It was both, and both tasks were carried out to the letter. You should be pleased, Blave. The run was a resounding success. When you described this run to me, you left out the part where we planted a bomb. That's a hell of an omission. You think I'm happy about this, you sick bastard? Another satisfied customer. When I get hired to do a job, I deliver. Well, I mean, I guess that's what happens when you do a job and you don't really know the details of it, you know? Janet covers her mouth with her hand, a horrified expression on her face. Oh my God, I killed someone. That man is dead because of me. Oh, you killed a lot more than someone. I mean, well, I mean, you just shot someone to death out there. So that aside, but I mean, you planted that bomb in a room that was adjacent to the room that blew up. So, from the sound of that explosion, I guess that you killed a fair number of someone's. Alishire and his bodyguard at the very least, and probably a good half dozen more. A morbid grin creases the mage's thin-lipped mouth. That makes you a mass murderer, Mouse. You're moving up in the world. A sob racks her chest. She begins to hyperventilate. I can never get away from this. This is gonna follow me through the rest of her life. I killed people. I'm a fucking murderer. Say it louder, why don't you? I don't think they heard you in France. I haven't heard a response from you, Blaive. Shall I make preparations for you? For your post-run interview? Are you ready to continue your test? You're damned right. We're going to talk about this, Luca. I'll be on the next train home. That's very interesting. I don't particularly like being an assassin, and I definitely don't like being an assassin without knowing the details of the situation. So, but I do want to talk to him, and I don't want to, I don't want to scare them off. I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say about this, Door. I'll see you soon. Very good. I'll be waiting. Your return trip to the Croix Bazaar is a quiet one. The train from Frankfurter Tor is empty save you. There's nothing to distract you from your thoughts. You're finished with the first part of your audition. Lucador is waiting at Cafe Kezva to administer the second. So we got, let's see, what, 2 karma total? So we're up to 6 here. Now, I think what I want to do, I think I'm going to want some more charisma here. But I don't know. Oh, so you get a new etiquette maximum for trolls. I do think I might want to get some more of this stuff. Because that is really, I think that's really going to help me out. In addition to that, I am really wanting to get, I am really wanting to get the more melee stuff, more of this stuff. I did really like, I really do like the melee weapons. I like the fact that, when you smack someone with that, they lose an action point. That is really, really handy. That's really handy. I hadn't noticed that. I had been using the thrust attack because it had been doing more damage. I didn't really realize, I hadn't read the part where it ignored the AP damage, and the AP damage is fairly substantial. So unless they're really low on health, I would probably prefer the one that takes their other stuff. But I think I do want to work towards this new etiquette. Although there are so many etiquettes that I don't really know which one is the one that you really want. But I do think that charisma in general is something that I'm going to need more of, because dialogue is such a critical part of this game, and I didn't really fully realize that when I first constructed my character. I didn't realize what this game was, and it is such a story-driven, dialogue-driven game. My voice gets tired playing this game, because doing a let's play of it, at least, because there's so much reading, and I mean, I love the level of immersion and the level of detail that they go into in this game. I love it. It's fantastic. But my goodness, it's so much text that it's a workout. It's a vocal workout, to say the least. But yeah, I mean, I need more body, I need more quickness, I need more ranged combat, I definitely need more strength and close combat. I mean, I like all of this stuff. It's all good. All this stuff is really, really awesome. So I'm not sure exactly which one of those I'm going to spend it on. Probably, I'm thinking charisma right now. But I don't have enough to get up to a new etiquette yet anyway. But let's go over to the cafe and finish this mission up. I've already got a lot of footage here, but I want to kind of wrap a bow on this mission here. Congratulations on a job well done. If you wanted Alishar dead, you could have just said so. I would have taken the job either way. You know, I probably wouldn't have. I probably would not have taken the job. I mean, the reason that I took the job was I was just curious. And at this point, it just seems kind of like it seems like I'm committed now. I mean, how awful is that? But now, I mean, shoot. I don't really want to go that way. But I don't know. There is part of me that just wants to tell him to go screw himself, because I don't really want it. I don't really like the assassination, especially without knowing. I mean, maybe that guy was a piece of crap. I don't know. Or maybe he was a great guy. Without details, I have no idea. But, I mean, like, once again, I have absolutely no details on this guy. None whatsoever. I know nothing. All I know is that these guys wanted him surveilled. As a mercenary, you know, that's the kind of thing, I guess you would probably take that kind of job all the time, without knowing an awful lot of details about it. But, man, this is just, once again, I just don't know what to say here. That's the kind of situation I found myself in this game a lot, and I wind up saying things that get me into situations like earlier in this very episode, where, you know, I ended up having to kill that elf, and then that whole mission went completely sideways, and jeez. I don't know. Let's just ask him for the pay. I got it right here. He reaches in his pocket and produces a slim plastic rod, a cred stick. And the change of plans on the run didn't bother you. Please, be honest. I'd prefer it if you didn't lie to me in the future, but otherwise, no. I've done worse on runs before. Shrug, no, that kind of thing is part of the job. That's fair, but if we're to continue working together, you must accept the fact that you might encounter more changes of plan like that one you saw on your test run. An unfortunate cost of doing business, but one that you must be willing to bear. You see, the true purpose of this test is to gauge your adaptability. You need to know that you'll be willing to we need to know, that you'll be willing to do what we tell you to do, regardless of your personal feelings on the matter, and we need to know that you'll roll with the punches if circumstances change mid-run. If you work for my organization, you may be asked to do things that you find morally troubling. Sometimes it might even appear that we are lying to you, but you can take comfort in knowing that everything that we request of you is ultimately for the greater good. And what happened tonight? How can you expect me to believe that? After what happened tonight, how can you expect me to believe that? Look, Doer, I don't care what your organization's master plan is. Be as nefarious as you want. As long as I get paid, I'll do the work. I don't suppose that what you're asking is too different from what I do every day for my corporate clients. And what is the greater good? Define it for me. You can't see the big picture. I can't either. I am, again, just a mouthpiece. The only ones who know my organization's ultimate ends are its ruling council, and they aren't in the practice of sharing information with their hirelings, but know that they are some of the most intelligent men on this planet, and they place a high priority on social order and stability, and those are good things by anyone's standards. So, he stares you in the eye. What do you think of all that? Every client I've ever worked for has kept secrets. I don't see how this is any different. I don't like being kept in the dark, but if you pay as well as you say that you do, I can overlook it. If you're looking for a mindless goon, you came to the wrong guy. Okay, here are my thoughts on this. I don't really like the idea of running missions that I don't really know anything about and don't lead anywhere. But if this is going to lead potentially to me getting involved in this organization and maybe having to deal with, potentially finding out more about what they do believe, or potentially having to dismantle this organization. Maybe they are, it seems like they're probably not as good as this guy is leading me to believe, or trying to lead me to believe. Then, maybe getting involved with them is something that would be something to do, something that would be a good thing to do. But, I'm not particularly interested in going in missions that I don't really know anything about, that don't really make any sense, or that there is no real narrative behind, because that's where the strength of this game, or one of the main strengths of this game, I think, comes in, is all of the detail and backstory that they put into everything. And if they start sending me on all of these missions and whatnot that don't have that, that they're just like, okay, well, we're going to send you on this and you don't know why, and we're not going to tell you why, but we're just going to send you, and then you just do it, then that's going to be less interesting, I think. So, I don't know if that's where they're going with it, because that would seem completely the opposite direction of everything that they've done in the game so far. I mean, I could be wrong, But that would seem the complete opposite of everything they've done in the game so far. So I'm gonna go with this first one. And if it turns out that, you know, we go on one or two missions for them and it doesn't look like it's going in the direction that I hope it's going in, and that is, you know, we start to uncover a little bit more about this organization, and it looks like, you know, maybe we're going to go down a road with them that is kind of interesting, then, you know, maybe I'll just stop doing missions for them. You know, hopefully that'll be an option, because I think that there's probably more here than meets the eye, and that intrigues me. After a brief pause, he nods, then reaches forward and places the cred stick into your hand. Congratulations, you've passed your audition. Welcome to the payroll. Now we part ways, don't worry. I'll call you when your services are needed. He taps a neatly trimmed fingernail against the earpiece of his comlink. When I contact you with a new task, the choice of whether to take it or leave it will be yours. If you take it, return here and I'll pay you a fair sum for your services. If you leave it, well, there are some in my organization who will be quite unhappy. I can't promise you that I'll always be able to accept every job that you offer me. Good to know. I suppose that I'll be waiting to hear from you then. Very good. I'll be in touch. Sounds good. All right. Well, you know, I hope that there is something interesting there to dive into. As it seems like there's so much going on in this game. I mean, this is an incredibly deep game. I mean, when I started building my character, I was like, whoa, you know, there's a heck of a lot going on here. And the combat is really interesting. The only thing so far that I don't, or that I wish that you had in the game that you don't, is I wish you had control over all the characters in your party that you have over yourself. You know, in terms of, I guess, abilities and equipment. You know, because it doesn't seem like you really have that with them. I think that they pretty much they pretty much keep their weapon. Or I think you can maybe level their weapons up. As they level up, they get new weapons and stuff like that, but you can't give them a different weapon or anything like that, it seems. They're stuck with whatever they've got. So that's kind of a bummer. I really wish that you could, you know, customize their equipment and customize their abilities a little bit more. I think that would be nice. But, you know, other than that, I mean, the combat is really deep and rewarding, and the story, I mean, there's more here than you could, I mean, you could spend tons of time going, I mean, like, I've spent a lot of time going around and talking to people, and there are a bunch of people that I haven't talked to, you know. I mean, this is not a completionist playthrough by any stretch of the imagination. You know, I feel like I'm getting a lot out of it, and, you know, that I'm really talking to a lot of people and soaking in a lot of details, and really enjoying it, and getting a good deal of immersion. I feel, at least. There's just so much going on here, you know, and it's really cool. So hopefully this line of quests will provide that as well. But anyway, if you like this video, then go ahead and give it a like, because I think this is a pretty good place to take a break. And if you liked it a lot and you want to see the rest of this playthrough or anything else that I may be playing on this channel and you are not already subscribed, then go ahead and subscribe as well if you are so inclined. But regardless, as always, thanks for watching, and we're going to pick up right here next time.